Hi guys, and welcome to BioPak. We've put this short presentation together to help you, to show you what we can achieve as partners. If you need any explanations or if you need any further detail on anything that I raised in this webinar, please don't hesitate to contact our marketing department or myself. Well, you've chosen BioPak. For us, the reason why people should choose BioPak is because holistically as a business, we look to create sustainable solutions in every single piece of product that we produce. We look for zero waste solutions. We're looking for a real high quality solution for every single piece of packaging that we create. And we're looking to innovate. We're looking at every sustainable tech we can put in every box that can create the best carbon neutral, B Corp certified, and a product that not only has a pure source where we have only renewable resources in the production of all our products, where we have facilities that have a high threshold for sustainable practices, and also where we create product where we know we can have an end-of-life option, which is one that completes a circular economy solution for every product that we produce. Sustainability is always going to be validated by certification. Certification matters. We've taken the steps of certifying all our products to the local Australian compost certification. When we're using paper, we ensure that it's from sustainable sources, from new growth forests with FSC certification. And FSC definitely matters. There are a lot of people that are producing products, our competitors, where potentially you have been buying products or you can buy products where they don't use FSC products. And it is a false or a half-pregnant move in a sustainable direction if we're not looking to tick that box. And finally, the production facilities are so important. Our facilities, and we have a 56 or 57-page document that we can give you for all our certification. But our facilities treat their energy source incredibly importantly. They treat their waste and their treatment of their waste, whether it be the inks that we use to print on our products, whether it be the offcuts from the various products that we produce, the recycling of those products, the treating of those products, we treat incredibly importantly. And with ISO 22000 and similar certifications across all our production facilities, it is one step further in a sustainable direction in producing products. We have a team in Asia called Asian Certifications that have gone around for customers like Woolworths and others to do in-depth ethical certifications, to do in-depth social certifications, to do in-depth product certifications, food safety certifications, and there really are months and months and months of certification and compliance in order to ensure we have the highest level of not only product but ethical and production facility certification as well. Our range is something that we feel is important to support you as our partners. And we innovate all the time. We're adding ranges all the time, not aggressively. We have some competitors that can add monthly, but to really put a quality additional range into our product selection is really important because we have to never run out of stock. We have to ensure that it's fit for purpose. We have to ensure that there's a quality standard that we're upholding in line with all the other products that we produce. But we have a full range of obviously cups, our bio cups and bowls, which are produced from new growth forest paper, as well as a PLA lining being a compostable offering. Our clear bio cups, although they look like plastic, it's a bioplastic, it's a plant-based raw material, and we have a full range from 150 ml all the way up to 700 ml clear cups, as well as deli bowls, and that range is expanding. We are putting a lot of time and effort into our reusable cups. It's a small section of the market, but it's an important section. We have to encourage reducing packaging. We have to encourage reusing packaging, and then obviously the rest of the packaging that will be used, we have to encourage that as compostable packaging. Sugarcane pulp is a massive uptrend in the Australian and New Zealand economy, and we are finding more and more applications that we can use for sugarcane pulp, and we'll go through those ranges in more depth on inquiry. But we have the normal takeaway food packaging. We've now introduced a full range of fruit trays. We're introducing beer top handles. So we've introduced bespoke packaging for any application, whether it be a Mexican takeaway, whether it be a burger joint. It really is an endless source of customization that we can assist in producing for your customers' demands. We'll get into more depth on that shortly. We've got our BioBoard range, which is our corrugated paperboard range. Straws, again, we have a very unique straw. It's not similar to the other straws out there. Yes, some will have 3 layers of paper. There might be thinner GSM paper ranges. They might have different additives. Our straws last longer. And a lot of people who have changed from plastic because they have to, because social media has forced them in that direction, because the market is forcing less and less use of plastic, they complain about the use of straws. And they complain about it because of its functionality. And we have got, I think, 40 or 50 million straws now in the market without a single complaint. It really is a measure of all our product, but specifically with straws, that it is just one quality standard above what's out there. We've got our cutlery range, being our bioplastic cutlery as well as wooden cutlery, and the introduction of our new coated wooden cutlery. So people often complain about the taste of wood when they're using wooden cutlery. We put a plant coating on that, which eliminates that taste, and it still gives the people the aesthetics of using wooden cutlery. We have our napkin range, which is again recycled and FSC paper. We've got our bioplastic bag range. As the compost revolution grows, people will require more and more use of compostable bin liners as opposed to plastic bin liners if they're taking their waste to compost. And finally, we introduced a retail range for those of you who do have retail customers that want to put, a small box of retail ready products in a carton where you've got packs of 10 or packs of 15 in a fancy retail front. We have some success, especially in New Zealand, in all the Woolworths or Countdown stores there. I think there are about just under 200. So we have a full range of products for small retail packaging, whether it be a party store, whether it be a small supermarket, or whether it be a large supermarket chain. I talked about sugarcane and the applications we can put into sugarcane. Obviously, sugarcane is pretty much our most sustainable raw material. It's a waste product. So sugarcane, the sugar is extruded and you're left with a waste called bagasse, is the slang term. That product is normally incinerated or composted, but it's waste. We turn that into a food grade sheet and we use that to pulp sugarcane solutions. As I said, we've got our fruit and vegetable trays, which are new. We've got our beer can holders, which we are going to introduce into the beer industry. We've got many bespoke products, 2-3 compartment trays. We've got plates, we've got clamshells, we've got takeaway bowls, a full range of takeaway containers that match any plastic container range, but we can customize it. And I'll take you on that to the next page. We can customize that product. The video is here if you wanted to play on it. There is a video to show you how we customize. But we have a team, an industrial design team and a graphic design team that we can look at a solution for your particular application. We can design solutions around that. We can design products around that. It's a very easy process. It's a very simple process that we can engage with you when we understand your customers' demands. But that's what we are here to do. We're not just ticking a box as a box move, as in we're buying a product and we sell it to you. You are the people that encourage us to innovate. You are the people that encourage us to design and implement new product ranges. So keep the questions coming. Keep the inquiries coming. They're minimums. It's not just that we can produce custom packaging for everyone who wants 1,000, 2 or 5 or 10,000, but these minimums are there to be discussed. Mold fees are forgotten if the volumes are large. They're discussed if the volumes are small. But we don't want to say no. We're here to partner you. We're here to assist you. And we want to make sure that we help you provide solutions for your customer base. More importantly, on sugarcane pulp, it is home compost certified. Now, all our products are industrial compost certified. And in truth, it's shopping center waste. It's home waste. It's waste in the streets where those products are going, or that waste is going to large industrial facilities. So industrial compost certification is more than sufficient. But for the products going to home, like through supermarkets or people going home with takeaways, it's important that we slowly grow our range of home compost certified products, and our sugarcane pulp is certified to the local Australian standard. So that leads us on to, closing the loop. We have a range of products that is sourced from renewable resources, plant-based resources. We produce it in certified facilities, and obviously we offset that carbon. We're a B Corp certified product company. So it's important for us to acknowledge that we need to not create waste. We need to help assist with zero waste. We also need to make sure that we're helping reuse resources and not wasting resources. And waste is It's a bad name. It's not waste. It's really a resource. We're taking the end of life of all our products. We're trying to create a resource as opposed to just putting it into landfill. And that's why we thought it was our responsibility to help promote and grow the compost revolution. We do have industrial composters in Australia. There are many. We do have waste companies in Australia. The waste companies were not offering a compost solution. They were not transporting waste to the industrial composters. So we put ourselves in the middle of that equation, and we made sure that we create a solution that helps grow the industry. So the compost resolution is there to divert as much organic waste as possible. We do make it easy. We show for you what it can save. It saves cost because sending your waste to compost is a lot cheaper than sending waste to landfill. And we have a lot of, really important ticks on companies that are joining the compost resolution. We've got one of Australia's biggest 4 banks has a building of 3,000 or 4,000 people, and the entire building is taking all their waste and educating all their staff to put their waste in specific bins and taking the majority of their waste off to landfill. I think we've diverted, I'm not sure the exact figure, but it's 30, 40 tons of waste through that one program. But we've got facilities in Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Adelaide, Perth. We started in Cairns, we've got Wollongong, we've got Newcastle, and we're growing. There are many more cities coming up. We've got Auckland at the moment, and we're growing throughout other parts of New Zealand and Australia to add more. We've probably added more in the time that I've taken to prepare this presentation. But again, we need you. If you are in an area where you feel you need that waste, it's important to prompt us and say, hey, we haven't got in our area. It's up to us. It's our responsibility to go find solutions in that area. And that's what our role is in the compost revolution. It's great from a cafe's perspective because it does save them money. Their waste bill, if they take all the organic waste and send it to compost as opposed to landfill, does save them money. How does composting work? We've got a video again. You can click on it. Pretty simply, you have one bin. You put all the waste in one bin. You educate people what not to put in that bin. It goes up to compost, and in 8 weeks, it's rich soil food. Not even compost, rich soil food. It's something that people are constantly looking for. So again, we just make it easy. We send a cafe that's interested, we send them an onboarding process whereby we give them a document with what they can and can't put in bin. We do a point of sale to show them what the impact and the difference they're making. We send them the composters come out and give them a little waste audit to show them how many bins to use and what to use, what to put in the waste. We give them a bin for the front. Okay, it's important that we acknowledge that the waste in the cafe is some packaging, and that's why we are trying to get involved. But more importantly, it's the kitchen waste. It's the organic waste. So we give them one bin that they take all the organic waste in the kitchen, they put it into. At the front of house, they have our cup recycling bin or our sugarcane pulp takeaway packaging recycling bin. And what they do is they take that and they just empty it in their regular bin, a simple one bin solution. And they take that and they get our waste companies to come and collect and take it off to compost. It's really a very, very easy service setup. We talk a lot about, what other options are out there, and it's important that we try and promote all type of options, and we really encourage all type of recycling options. But when it comes to cups and really the topic and the noise out there is more about cups. And cups is really important, but not as important as general food waste and general packaging. And it's a small fraction of all packaging. But the topic is generally cups. And if we look at cups, the example I'm giving can be used for any food packaging. Cups are contaminated. So a recycling scheme where you take just the recycling of the cups. In a recycling scheme for cups, you've got to clean out the cup. You've got to make sure that really is a clean stream of paper. So there's no coffee residue, no sugar residue. You have to collect them separately. You have to take that product and put it into neat bins, and you have to pay for that separately to be collected. We've got graphs and examples on the screen in front of you where we show the cost. The cost of the extra cost of taking cups only is on top of your normal waste bills or on top of your normal rubbish bills, and therefore your garbage bills, and therefore it really adds a cost. And will recycling companies take the coffee cups with their plastic lining? It's still debatable, and it's still being mulled through by authorities and governments and waste contractors and recyclers. We're hoping that there is a solution, but it is an additional solution. Our small, in the graph on the right, you will see our small green chart. Our green chart shows that your regular landfill bills are coming down. And in that bin. Okay, not a separate bin. You don't have to clean them. You don't have to clean paper waste for your recycling. You take your normal dirty coffee cup with whatever in it, and you just put it in your normal bin with your normal food scraps. And one bin at a lower cost, not an additional cost, taken off the compost, converted to soil food. Infrastructure around composting is really, really, really growing. We've got, it's on hold at the moment for further improvement and further enlarging of the infrastructure. But, there's up to 1.4 million residents in Australia that take in regular waste bins, they're just general waste bins. And councils are now investigating treating that, composting what can be composted, and then taking the balance off the landfill. So it's important we put more and more organic and compostable waste in those bins. Ideally, we want to divert it. We don't want it to go in that bin. So we've got the option of many what they call FOGO systems around Australia. 23% Australians have FOGO, where the councils are encouraging them to put their food scraps into separate bins and into separate bags, and putting those bags into their green waste bins. And FOGO are slowly starting to accept compostable cups and compostable food packaging. It's interesting that we have that stat. There's 8.8 million residents that have normal garden bins, your normal compost garden bin for your grass clippings and for your branches. And that is going off the compost. In the UK, we note, and worldwide trends are important to monitor, that they're now accepting compostable coffee cups into those bins. So we will find, specifically through 2019, more and more infrastructure supporting organics, supporting compostable packaging, and supporting the infrastructure to create a circular economy. Grow product, produce product with it, use it, and put it back into the system, nature's way of recycling. So I hope I've discussed more about our range. I felt like I went very briefly through it, but I'm on a very strict time limit over here. And you can call us. Range is important. We have the right products for your company. We'll build the right products if we don't have them for your business. You as a reseller, it's important you can rely on us. You can call us for any questions, for any advice, for anything you need to add value to your service offering to your customer base. We're not just about what you see. We're about what we can help you create as well. But it's important we take that and we deliver service excellence. And there's all stats on the graph or on the presentation below. But what's important is we try never, ever to run out of stock. We've got really dedicated people who put themselves in your business, and not in your business, in your customer's business. It's as important to us when that cafe opens up, or that restaurant or that stadium opens up the cupboard and the last sleeve of cups or the last pile of bowls, falls on them and they realize they don't have product. That's why we've created service excellence around our product. We've got same-day delivery, which is so important. It allows you to have limited stocks. You don't have to hold, masses of everything, which obviously assists in reducing your costs as a business. But we are quite confident that when you need product and you get it just before 10 o'clock, we'll get it to you that day. So whether it's introduction of a new product, whether you have a large one-off order and you need to replenish, we pride ourselves on holding really excess stocks of products in Australia. New products are a challenge, and you've all experienced that. Those who know of companies that deal with us, with straws, where we don't understand demand, we try and produce as much as we can. New products is always a challenge, but still we air freight. We put ourselves in your position. It's important you call us and make it our problem if there are any issues with supply. But with regards holding product countrywide, we have it everywhere. We introduce a product, it's in every state. It's both in Australia and New Zealand. We put it everywhere. We expect that if you see a product that we offer, it is available to you on a same-day delivery, where we offer same-day delivery. And everything else outside of major metropolitan, which is where our 7 warehouses are, is obviously a next-day service. Sometimes a 2-day service. If we're going to far North Queensland, we're going to Darwin, or we're going down to Tassie. And some areas of the South and North Island, but most are a next-day service. So we are here to process every single order that you give to us. We're here to look at it, note that we can get that product to you immediately within 10 minutes of you raising an order with us. We've raised it on our system. Within an hour, we've pulled it in our warehouse. And before 10 o'clock, we've got it on a truck out that day. So whether it's a same-day delivery, as I said, in major metropolitan or outside, but anything outside of what we can competently do, we try and communicate to you. Perhaps we're shipping it from another location because we don't have it in Sydney, we have it in Melbourne, but we are communicating that. We openly communicate with that all the time to you. When your customer has an issue, when he is out of stock, when we cannot support you, we will phone you before you know it's an issue with your customer. Not once The delivery was supposed to be there 3 and it's at 4 o'clock. You're saying, hey, where's my delivery? What's going on? How come I don't have the product? It's up to us. Our customer care team phone well in advance if there's an issue, but there are very seldom issues. Finally, I'm on to what we call our marketing partner portal. It is so important that we can partner you in your presentations. So whether it be a brochure for a customer, whether it be a poster on a wall, whether it be a new customer you're looking to present to that has got 3 or 4 or 5 outlets or maybe even 1 outlet, that you want to put a presentation together, that you want them to understand the product, the advantages, the environmental advantages of the product, when you want to explain to them how the compost systems and Revolution can work for them. We comfortably will put a partner proposal together for you and with you, with your branding, with your logo, with our messaging, to show the customers step by step how to convert to our product ranges. That's a marketing portal and a marketing functionality and system that we would love to enhance, and we're creating more and more information available to you so that you can present it to your customers as an environmental, as a sustainable expert. You know, we show in that presentation real-world impacts. We also present it to you now on a monthly basis, and at the end of each year, we give people their real-world impact, the impact on the packaging for their customer, for both yourselves and if you need it for your customers. We'll produce certificates for them showing how much plastic they've avoided, how many liters of fuel they've avoided. We'll show how many tons of carbon dioxide they have not emitted or saved emitting. And if they're using our compost service, we'll show them how much waste they're diverting. And that's really a very, 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 very powerful tool to use, our impact statements, because it does show people the benefits they can be making if they're choosing the right sustainable choices. I think I've gone really, really quickly. It's not my style to quick. I'm normally a 20-minute presentation. It takes me about 50, but I'm sure this will be cut down to 20. I think it's important that if you breeze through this and you call us with any questions, if there's any elements you felt we've left out, please contact us. And please help spread, sustainable packaging and the sustainable revolution, the compost revolution. We've got conversations each day. We post on LinkedIn, we post on Instagram, we're posting on Facebook. We've got on our blog, we've got our newsletter, EDM, whether it be a success story, whether it be a case study, whether it be moves that the governments are making or there's new laws being implemented. We keep you up to date. It's important that you just keep a brief look at our social media, at our emails or our EDMs. It's not necessarily product. We're not just say, hey, buy 5, get 1 free. That's not our style. What we want to give is an education on product. We want to give you sales tools through our marketing media, and we want to give you case studies and success stories. And we want to show you where the government, where Australian society is leading with sustainable packaging, and we communicate that to you through our social media channels. Thanks for entertaining me for the last, or having me entertain you for the last 20 minutes. I hope I've bored you, and please contact us or speak to us if there's anything we can expand on. Thank you.